So for the first time in a long time, I went to a used bookstore. And then after I stopped at Renaud Bray, it's basically like Chapters or an Indigo in Quebec. Um, I haven't gone to a secondhand bookstore in a long time because in Quebec, finding ones that have an English section are pretty. There's not usually much selection, but I had heard good things about this one, so I went to it. And like, if this is the store, like, this was the English section, but there was at least choices. And they had a deal where it was buy four and you get one free. So I managed to find 5 books that I wanted. I actually found one really good one that I've been looking for. So bring that down. So the first one I got is a Margaret Atwood book, Surfacing. Never heard of it, but I'm always looking for more Atwood. I would have liked to eventually have all of her books. And then I got The Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. Auel. I've read it before, and for whatever reason, I have the last 4. I don't know what happened. I think I gave out my first 2 books, and of course never saw them again. That's why I don't rent, or I don't give books to friends anymore. So I got the first one again. I plan to eventually do a reread at some point because I haven't read the last couple in the series. I've only read the first 3, I think. And it was only $4. It was the one I got for free because it was the cheapest. And then I got this one just because of the title was hilarious. The Potato Factory by Bryce Courtney. I didn't look at the blurb or anything. I did look it up just to see how it was rated on Goodreads, and it had a good rating, so that one was $5.50. And then same thing, the cover looked interesting, so I figured I'd get this one. It's called The Voyage of the Narwhal by Andrea Barrett. $5. I figured this would be a good one. I'm doing the 52 Books of the Year Club, and I think one of the prompts is to read a book without reading the blurb, so I might do this one. And then the last one that I got at the used bookstore was my best find at the store. It's a hardcover that was only $20, and it is The Veiled Throne. I know it's the 3rd one in the Dandelion Dynasty, but anytime I go to Renaud Bray or Chapters or Indigo, like, they don't have these books, so I'm going to eventually have to buy them online if I want to buy them at some point. I haven't read them yet, so I did check, and my library does have copies of them, but I know I love Cixin Liu's 3-Body Problem, so I have a feeling I'm gonna love this as well. So yeah, I figured I'd just buy the 3rd one just because it was there. Like, I did not expect to see this at the used bookstore. So I have 1 out of 3 now, and I will probably read this series this year, especially now that I have 1 of them. And then after I was done that, I went to the mall with the Renaud Bray because I had a book that I got 2 copies of one of the Stormlight Archive books for Christmas, so I brought the second one back, and I just did a switch. So I ended up getting this one. It's called Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. Looks interesting. I think, there's what do you call that? When the author, there's a little blurb or a recommendation by another author, and there was one by Brandon Sanderson, and I looked on Goodreads and he rated it 5 stars, so I figured this one would be good. And I think that's it. I took a bit of footage of the secondhand bookstore, but I didn't do the spot where the English section was because it was really tiny, and I'm like super shy about, using my camera in person. But I did take a little bit.